It's raining out here in my place. Is there any interference in terms of noise, audio?
No, you're loud and clear.
Clear? Okay, good. All right. So this session is also recorded on our YouTube, thanks to Daryl. So Daryl will then be posting it, or it'll go live for those who are not watching us on this webinar. I mean, through this Google Meet, will also be watching us through the YouTube station, our YouTube channel, whereby that will become a permanent collection. See, our intention is also to create a resource, a pool of resourceful materials. We find that a lot of teachers are looking for materials. So in future, maybe if they want to know something about mushroom, then we can tell them to just, or we just share them the link, so they have got some information on mushroom. If they want something to do with drones, we also have it. So I think that will be something that we look forward to, so that our platform, our YouTube platform becomes quite rich with the materials which are useful for teachers and students and parents as well. Okay.
Ramesh, we are live now.
Okay. All right. So I will introduce. I'll introduce our speaker. Um, greetings. Very good afternoon, and welcome to our fourth series of webinar. Now, this series of webinar came to being for a few reasons. Reason number one, everybody is at home, you can't go out, you're bored. So, STEM for All Makerspace is about engaging people in doing things, of course, hands on. But since we got no choice, we thought that let's do webinar sessions to engage you. You acquire some new knowledge, some new information about STEM. Okay, that is objective number one. Objective number two, we also want to bring in the experts in various industries. In agriculture, today we have on farming and also on what they call on mushroom growing. Yesterday we had somebody on biotechnology. Day before we talked about ocean, preservation of seahorses and also microalgae. These are all exciting new information. So this is the least that we can do during this very critical period of MCO 3.0. So hopefully when things are back to normal, then we can invite you back. Those who are interested in any particular area, we can invite you to do activities with all these contents that we have shared. So one day maybe we can do on mushroom cultivation. We can bring the experts like Encik Nabil to teach you how to grow mushrooms, right? So that is basically our intention. And thirdly is like I mentioned earlier, we have got a few platforms. We have got our YouTube channel. So we'll make that a content-rich platform, right? So that's basically our series of webinar. We call it Online STEM Webinar Series. Today is the fourth series. So let me introduce to you our speaker. We are very fortunate to have Encik Nabil Sanusi. He is the founder of agro-based company called Nest Agro Farm based in Sepang. We got in touch with him last year, in fact, when our common friend, Dr. Azhar from the nuclear agency, introduced me to him to say that we should invite him to conduct some workshop. Since then, we have been in touch, and I approached him and he said, can you just give us the introduction? So Encik Nabil said yes. So today, we are going to hear from Encik Nabil on the health benefits of mushroom. There's so many types of mushrooms. He's the expert. So he's going to tell us what are the mushrooms that are edible, what are the mushrooms that are good for medicinal uses, and also what are the mushrooms that you cannot touch. All right. And also perhaps he will also show us a little bit about the cultivation of mushroom. Right. So with that, I would like to pass the mic over to Encik Nabil.
Hello, thank you, Mr. Ramesh. Everyone can see me, right? Because I'm outside at my farm, not in the room. So maybe it's a bit shy. I know the sun is shy.
Yes, we can see you, but the audio is a bit not too good.
Okay, okay. How about now?
Now
Because
it's
I have,
better.
okay, so because I have to really put the mic really near to my mouth.
Closer.
Yeah,
Yes,
closer.
yes, the mic has to be closer.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Thank you for inviting me. Even though we have planned this program, I think sometime we have the first MCO, I think.
yes, during the first MCO
Yeah. So,
at the
un-
curve.
yeah. Unfortunately, also now we couldn't do the real hands-on. We have to do it online. But however, I will try to just show you the overview of the mushroom industry. Maybe this short session maybe will give some insight or some experience to the students.
Yes.
Um, okay, about myself, I am Nabil Sanusi, as you mentioned. I'm the founder and also owner of Nas Agro Farm based in Sepang. Um, we have been cultivating mushroom for the past 15 years. The mushroom that we grow basically is the most popular mushroom in Malaysia. That is a grey oyster mushroom. I think everybody should know grey oyster mushroom because that is the mushroom that is being uh, marketed or sell in the, our market. Even though there's many other type of mushroom, but grey oyster mushroom is the most popular. Okay. Can you share the slide, Mr. Ramesh?
Okay, I will try to share it now. Okay, okay. Is it visible?
Yeah, yeah.
Visible. Okay, great. So you tell me when to move to the next. I will. Okay,
Can you put it on a full screen?
full screen. Is it okay now?
No, there's no slide.
Oh, hey, let me try again. Huh? Can it be seen now?
No.
Yeah. Um, Ken?
Yes, but it's not here on full screen. Can you put on full screen?
Okay. Ken?
Disappear? No, just disappear.
Oh, it clashes, you know. One moment. Ken?
Yeah, okay, but it's not on full screen. If it's a problem. If there's a problem, then we can just stick to this.
Yeah, I think the moment I press full screen, it seems to disappear. So I hope this is okay.
Yeah, okay, it should be okay. Okay. So I will talk about mushroom. Basically, the mushroom cultivation. Next slide, please.
Okay. Now it's full
Yeah,
screen?
yes, yes.
Okay. Now,
So
next.
okay, type of mushroom. We have thousands of mushroom actually, but some are edible. So the category of mushroom actually one is edible mushroom that we can eat. Second is the medicinal mushroom, also actually edible, but it's not like edible that you can cook with several menus. You know. So the third one is poisonous mushroom, which you shouldn't really try. It's a very dangerous mushroom, very dangerous and also very harmful to life. And also other mushroom, which is the wild mushroom. Next slide, please.
Okay, the audio seems to be, we're losing the audio, Chinavil.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay, next slide, please. So, okay, edible mushroom, which is fleshy edible fruit bodies or sclerotia. Sclerotia is actually in Malay they call it ubi. There's some mushroom you don't eat the top part, the stem of the they call it the cap of the mushroom. Some mushroom you really take the sclerotia. As for example, the great oyster mushroom on the right. I think everybody familiar with that. The top is the black jelly mushroom, black jelly mushroom, and on the left is split gill mushroom. In Malay, they call it kukur, very popular among the Malay community. The bottom part, the bottom picture is actually the monkey head mushroom, or the other name is actually lion's mane. Okay, next slide, please. Medicinal mushroom. Uh, this mushroom, produce medically significant metabolites. Like the most popular medicinal mushroom, maybe some of you will recognize is the Ganoderma mushroom or Lingzer, or other name they call it reishi. This is on the middle picture. On the left is the cordyceps. It's also a medicinal mushroom. Uh, and on the right is the Lignosus rhinocerotis, is what we call the tiger meat mushroom. This is the mushroom. The tiger meat mushroom is popularized by Tun Mahathir when he took this mushroom for his chronic cough in 2002. So he get well because of the mushroom, and since then, in 2002, he actually asked on the Agriculture Institute to research how to grow this mushroom. So in Nas Agro Farm, since 2013, we are able to grow this mushroom for commercial production. Next slide, please. And then we have poisonous mushroom, very harmful, and you should not even try to take. So this is very dangerous because they have very toxic compound. The most popular you can find is the picture on the left. This one you could find after rainy season on your yard, on the garden. Florophylum. Okay, this is very common in Malaysia, and also Amanita. So you look at the picture on the right. Actually, this mushroom resembles and on the street playground where they have stone mushroom, color like a red with the white dots. That's Amanita. That is a poisonous mushroom. Okay. Next slide. Okay, this is a wild mushroom. Uh, the growers still find a way to cultivate them, especially the termite mushroom. Some people call it the cendawan busut. Malay call it cendawan busut, which is very nice, but we could not able to grow it or cultivate it because it has to the relationship is symbiosis with the termite. You have to grow termite. You have to have termite get this mushroom. Okay, next slide, please.
Truffles. What about truffles? Do we have truffles here?
Truffle we don't have. We don't have locally. We don't have truffle. Very expensive mushroom, 25,000 ringgit per kilo.
Wow.
Because maybe some of you have tried in a restaurant, but no, we at the moment we don't know the method to grow it.
Okay.
Okay, background of mushroom is industry. The next slide, please. Okay, as you know, in the past, mushroom were collected in the natural habitat. In the wild, especially on the wet places or decomposed organic material. Usually can be seen in rainy season, like now, rainy season. You can find a lot of wild mushroom growing maybe in the forest, in the your yards. Okay, next slide. grows very well on decomposed organic matter, so you can find on the soil, on wood stumps, between rocks, on your wood deck, especially when they're wet, you can find them. Next slide. On your toilet slipper, you know, if you on your shoe brush, if you are not very clean person, you have this. On your pillow as well, you can have mushroom growing if you're not careful. You don't, you're not a clean person, you have mushroom growing on your pillow. Okay, next slide. So now, mushroom can be cultivated, propagated, tissue technique culture, techniques, tissue culture. I think Mr. Ramesh have mentioned to me that tissue culture for mushroom. So tissue culture is where we get the seed or spawn to grow mushroom. So now mushroom is available anytime. You can get mushroom anytime. Because previously, whole generation, they only eat mushroom after the rainy season. So now production can be controlled. So you can get from this biotechnology of mushroom cultivation, you can get various kind of mushroom. Next slide. Okay, in 1960s, cultivation of shiitake, black jelly mushroom, they use wood logs, just to have a natural way of cultivating mushroom, because mushroom grows on the dead logs. So they just bore the log and then put the seed, and then mushroom will come out. Next slide. Okay, in 1970s, so when the growers know, they perfected the growing method, they use straws to grow mushroom. Next slide. In 1970s, our Department of Agriculture was responsible for production of spawn for mushroom cultivation and provide new information for target group. Next slide. In 1980s, we used cotton waste to grow mushroom. Okay, but now since we don't have the cotton industry, we don't have the plantation, we don't use cotton waste anymore. Some growers they do, but they have to import from outside, like say from India. Next slide. Okay, since when we are running out of cotton, so the only possible substrate or media to grow mushroom is the sawdust. So because Malaysia, we have a lot of rubber estate, so rubber wood sawdust is the best substitute for mushroom at the moment. Next slide. And now also we come back to the rice straw, because when after the after harvest, they harvest the rice. Usually they burn the straw. So to overcome the impact, the environmental impact, some growers they come back to the straw to grow mushroom. Okay, next slide. Okay, now also we are using the oil palm waste, especially the empty fruit bunch, to grow mushroom. So basically, mushroom can grow on any agriculture biomass. The waste of the agriculture, we took that and grow mushroom. Okay, next slide. Okay, in future, now also we're having problem with the sawdust, rubber wood sawdust, because many estate has, they turn into housing estate or industrial estate. So now we're having problems. So in future, we are thinking or maybe trying now to replace sawdust with the grass. Okay, thank you. Next slide, please. Okay, mushroom. Previously, mushroom is only a type of cultivated edible fungus. Where people only maybe the menu that they're familiar with, maybe soup or fry. Okay, next slide, please. But now mushroom become one of the popular product and is classified as an industrial crop for agro entrepreneur. So it's a big business, and mushroom is projected. The industry is projected to grow for years to come. Next slide, please. Mushroom is not only consumed as fresh edible agriculture product, but also can be developed into agro-based product like drinks, health product, personal care product, and snacks. Yeah, maybe some of you have seen the mushroom product in the market. Next slide, please. Some of the product, this is this product is actually a cosmetic product, pharmaceutical product. Basically, most of them is actually use Ganoderma mushroom. Right? This is some drinks and beverages made from mushroom. No jelly mushroom, like lindsay mushroom, black jelly. So you can turn into a very nice beverage. Next question. Okay, what is the health benefit of mushroom? This is not specific to any type of mushroom. It's just general. One is help to lower cholesterol level. In a study, it shows that if you eat 100 grams of mushroom for 30 days, if I'm not mistaken, 30% or 45% of your cholesterol will be lower. Okay. Also good for your heart, because for some mushroom, it has this thinning compound. Okay. Good for your bones. Mushroom is the only plant or produce that actually has ergosterol, where if you dry or you have your mushroom out in the sun for about 30 minutes or 1 hour, the ergosterol will convert into vitamin D, very high in mushroom. Okay? Improve your body immunity because of the polysaccharide, because mushroom has a lot of polysaccharide that is beta-glucan. Help in preventing inflammation. Mushroom has these anti-inflammation properties. Help to fight cancer. Some people reduce it, like for example Ganoderma, to help cancer problem. Reduce sign of aging, because mushroom has the antioxidant properties. Lower risk of cognitive impair. That means it can prevent from the dementia or anything cognitive problem. Next slide. Growing mushrooms. Next slide. Okay. To grow mushroom, we need several solid materials or substrates. Okay. But some mushroom that is recommended to cultivate in Malaysia, for example, great oyster mushroom. Okay, this is the most popular cultivated mushroom. The scientific name is Florophylum. Everybody's familiar with this mushroom? Mr. Rami, have you? How about you?
Yes, yes. This is one of my favorites also. Very easy to get. Oyster mushrooms.
Yes. Oyster mushroom.
Yeah.
When you say oyster mushroom, Pleurotus is the oyster mushroom. Pleurotus can come with several colors. You have the white oyster mushroom, you have pink oyster mushroom, you have blue oyster mushroom, and you have golden oyster mushroom. But the popular one is the grey oyster mushroom. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, Schizophyllum commune, split gill mushroom. I'm not sure if you're familiar, because we try to promote this mushroom to to other communities. Not very good acceptance for Malay communities. They eat this mushroom, because they can find it in rubber estate. previously, but now we can grow it.
Mm.
So this mushroom is very expensive and very good. Per kilo mushroom, per kilo of this mushroom in market is actually 80 ringgit per
Wow.
kilo. Yeah. Okay, next slide. This is Lingzi mushroom. Um, Good for many illnesses. This one I couldn't describe because so many. If you let's say you say can it be good for diabetic? Yes, there's a paper research for diabetes. Is it good for cardiovascular? Yes, there are papers written on that. So many. So this mushroom is well researched mushroom. I can say you can find it. Well, you can find it anywhere. If you just type in the mushroom, you will find information so much information on this mushroom. Next slide.
Okay. Just the audio a little bit more closer, I think, the mic.
Okay, okay.
Ah,
So, okay, this is lion's mane mushroom. Lion's mane mushroom, some name they call it monkey head mushroom because I don't know, maybe it resembles the head of a monkey or the lion mane.
and yeah.
Yeah, but this mushroom is good for your brain. If you can get this mushroom in market, take it especially for the older generation.
Mm.
Okay, next slide, please. This is the black jelly mushroom. Black jelly mushroom, mostly imported, right, from China. But now we are growing because people are, they want it fresh. They don't want it dry.
Mm.
So this is the mushroom I think most popular with the Chinese community. Every time Chinese New Year, they will try to get this mushroom for their menu, for their recipe. Next slide. Straw mushroom. Maybe you are not familiar with this, but if let's say you go to the hypermarket or supermarket aisle, you should look for the canned one, especially from the Rex brand. You will get this straw mushroom. The reason why it's not popular on with fresh because if you harvest it within 3 hours, it will start to grow the cap of the mushroom. This mushroom you sell it when it is in the egg shape. When it start to grow the cap, it loses the value. So that is why you couldn't you hardly find this in the market in fresh because it's all in can. Okay, next slide, please. This is the new mushroom, which are recommended to be cultivate in our country because the temperature range suits our country is 35 degrees Celsius. This mushroom is called Milky Mushroom. If you look the scientific name, Calusabi indica, so indica would say that this mushroom is from India. Okay, so we bring in the mushroom, we try to promote this mushroom, but it's a bit difficult because this mushroom is too big. People are scared to see big mushroom, like the picture on the right. But it's very, very nice, the taste is very good, similar to button mushroom. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, this picture actually picture from my farm. So okay, the mushroom. The next slide, please. Okay, when we cultivate mushroom, of course we need seed or spawn. So to get the seed or spawn to grow mushroom, you need to have some knowledge on tissue culture. Mushroom tissue culture and plant tissue culture, even though they're similar, but different in material and different in techniques. Yeah. So we take basically what we do is we take the tissue from the mushroom and we put it in the agar so that it will grow the roots, or they call it mycelium, to grow on the plate, the petri dish plate, and we transfer that plate to a grain and into the bottle, like on the top part bottle, and then from there we put in our mushroom bags. So for first step, actually we need to use tissue culture technique. Okay, so next slide. So as I mentioned previously, the mushroom cultivation technique actually started from logs, the natural logs, and then from the straw, and then from cotton on the bottom right, and in present we use sawdust. Okay, next slide please. So this is just the alternative substrate as I mentioned. We go back now, we go back to paddy straw, and then we use also the oil palm waste. Next slide please. So I can say that 98% of mushroom grower, they are using rubber wood sawdust. So you need, if let's say you are interested in growing mushroom, first thing you have to find out is in your area, are you able to get sawdust? That's the most important thing. Okay. Next slide, please. So if you already have sawdust, that's fine. But you need another two material for mushroom. There is rice bran, C, which I marked C, and also calcium carbonate, C. Okay. These three, this is the main material to grow mushroom. Sawdust, rice bran, calcium carbonate. Some grower, they might add some just maybe more yield, but it's not important. It's not really a compulsory material. But these three are is compulsory. Okay. Next slide, please, Mr. Ramesh. Okay. When you have sawdust, you have calcium, rice bran, calcium carbonate. So you have to mix. Basically, with the ratio of 100-10-1 means you need 100 kilo of sawdust, 10 kilo of rice bran, and 1 kilo of calcium carbonate. Then you either you mix it manually with your shovel or you use machine, and then you have to add 60% to 70% water. Not 60% water, you add water until you achieve 60% moisture level. So that is another technique that you have to use your mathematical expert. You have to really calculate because not every sawdust. I mean, let's say sawdust from my farm and sawdust at other farm is not the same moisture level. You know. Okay, next slide. Okay, so when you already mix all the the substrates and with water, you fill the mixture into polystyrene plastic bag, either manually or with machine, like on the right. And this after that is ready for pasteurization. Pasteurization is very important because it will kill all the germs, bacteria, the virus, or the spore, the fungus spore. Okay, that basically mushroom is very clean. Where mushroom cultivation, you need a clean substrate to grow mushroom. Okay, next slide. Okay, this is how pasteurization or steaming is being done. You can have a big steamer like on the in the picture, or you can use oil drum or the old oil drum. You can have that. Okay, this steamer can fill in around 1,000 to 2,000 mushroom bags. Next slide, please.
Are these steamers at your location in your farm, Nabil?
Yes, yes.
Wow, very impressive.
We need to have this steamer, and we steam for 10 hours.
Mm.
We need for basically you need let's say two gas tank,
Yeah.
then that means it will finish off.
Okay.
So mushroom industry uses a lot of gas actually.
Okay. Audio. We are losing the audio a bit.
Okay. Next slide, please.
Okay.
Okay, after steaming, you let it cool for maybe 1 day. And then after that, you will do the spawn inoculation. You have to take out from the steamer. You put in a very clean room, because when you steaming, it is already clean. It's already almost sterile. So you have to put in a clean room. So the person who's doing the inoculation also has to be. I mean, he has to really wear clean clothes. You know, all the equipment also has to be clean. Okay. Next slide, please. You have next slide. Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, that's the brief introduction of how mushroom is cultivated, Mr. Ramesh.
Yeah,
So,
thank you so much. I think it has been so very wonderful to know so many things, right from the beginning about the types of mushroom which are edible, and so many things that we take for granted. I must thank you for sharing this your knowledge and experience, and this is really very vast. I will stop sharing this. Yeah, and I'll go back to my screen.
okay.
Right. So, yeah, I think we can now open the floor for questions. In our audience, there's a lots of teachers, students. I mean, there's lots of students, and also there's been a lot of what do you call people from the community. You see, the last program that we did with a community together, it's called the Eco Hub community, in which Mr. Koo, our representative for the Eco Hub, was very active. So he has actually promoted it among his community, the Subang community. We had also a speaker who's the, what do you call, residential council, Mr. Tan YY. And he was very keen in doing community, what do you call, gardening. All right. So I think there are a few of them who are also following us on this platform. Okay. So maybe we'll take a few questions if there is any. I see some questions being posted on the, what do you call, some comments, I think. Let me see if there's any questions on our chat group. No questions yet. All right, sorry. So can we take some questions? Maybe if not, William may have got some comments, or Miranda, our team, Mr. Ricky.
Hi, Jinabil. Just wanted to ask you. Sometimes we're very afraid whether the mushrooms are poisonous, or how to tell the difference between mushrooms that are edible or mushrooms that are poisonous.
Basically, whatever is being, I mean, whenever you buy from the hypermarket or from market, it should be okay. The only thing it's Kampong Road, where they collect wild mushroom.
Yeah.
One is a bit, if let's say you are familiar with the mushroom, then it's okay. But let's say you're not familiar with mushroom, but you dare to try it. My advice is, you keep one mushroom. One mushroom you keep, don't cook. Let's say you eat that mushroom and you fall sick, you bring the mushroom, the sample, to the hospital. That's the only way.
Because I used to do a lot of jungle walking, jungle hiking. So sometimes the mushrooms look very, very nice and looks very yummy.
Yeah, but the thing is, I won't. My advice is don't. Unless you're familiar with it, then it's okay. But even so, let's say you're familiar with the mushroom, but you collect it in wild, let's say in a rubber estate or palm oil estate, the thing is, they always use pesticide. They spray pesticide. And it happens that when after they spray the pesticide, you collect the mushroom, So that mushroom, it won't affect the mushroom. The pesticide won't affect the mushroom. But the thing is, mushroom will absorb the pesticide, and you cook it and you eat it. That's why most of the mushroom poisoning happen that way, because they are familiar with the mushroom, but they don't realize that the area has been sprayed with pesticide before they collect the mushroom.
Okay, good point. I can go through some of the questions that are being posted in our chat as well. So this is from Intan. Intan actually was one of our speakers also, and she's very much into environmental programs. So one day we will also be visiting her place. She runs an organization called Seed Malaysia. Her question: there was a slide of cultivating with alternative medium. Was that Napier grass?
Yeah, Napier grass.
Okay, so that answers the question. So indeed, so she's very well versed in this as well. I
Okay.
think nobody else here would know what is Napier grass. So all right, so yes, that is Napier grass. Then Sheila has got this query: is high any preference on the rack to place the mushroom bags?
The factor that you must consider is temperature, oxygen, the gas exchange, and also I could say that um, temperature, humidity. So,
Humidity.
okay, so wherever you want to put a mushroom, you must make sure that the place is not very close. It's not in the closed building where you can have the oxygen and CO2 level, the exchange, the gas exchange happening.
Right.
And let's say you put it in your garage, let's say in your porch, you don't want direct sunlight to, you know, your bag has a direct sunlight on it.
Okay, so those are some of the conditions,
Mm.
for the racks to be placed. Militan has got this query: people with gout can consume mushrooms.
Uh, some people say that mushroom, I mean they call it the protein from plant or animal is different from mushroom. But some people are really afraid. This one you have to ask the doctor. You have to consult doctor about this because
Okay.
some people they say that it's okay to eat mushroom because it's a different properties from the plant or animal.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't I don't know much about this actually.
Okay, so this is quite a gray area. I
Mm.
think best to consult the doctors. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And Yvonne Ding, she has this query: does Nas Agro sell mushroom blocks and provide guidance on how to grow them?
Yes, we do sell the mushroom bags. So if let's say anybody interested in buying or to find more information, they can contact me later.
Great. That is something that I mean, I'm personally excited, and I think William, my partner, is also very keen in this kind of a program. Whereby if we can conduct a structured, what do you call, modules, modules of mushroom
Mm,
growing,
mm,
then we can either bring them to your place where you teach them, which is
mm.
in Sepang, right?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Or would it be possible for such workshops to be conducted in a center, like like the one that we have at Daman Mall?
Yes, possible. But the thing is, I have to, let's say, if I involve cultivation, so a demo of cultivation, then I have to bring the materials. So is it possible for the center to have those sawdust or whatever
Ah,
with them
s-
totally?
yeah. So it'll be a bit messy lah, with
Yes,
the
it's very good.
sawdust and all that. Yeah? Right.
Yeah.
So at the end, maybe this is what I thought would be interesting. So if it's a package, then at the end of the day, they will take back, let's say, a 5 starter kit.
Mm,
Right, so we can explore that possibility. So Yvonne, thanks for that question. Yes, I think NAS expertise in teaching, besides of course selling the mushrooms, they also teach, and they also what do you call, try to encourage entrepreneurship, I believe, in this area.
mm,
Yep.
yeah.
All right, so we got another 5 minutes or so. I tried to see which other questions I can take on. So Yvonne's one is answered. Catherine, can be in immediate ground floor shops. I think she meant intermediate. Can it be done in an
Uh,
intermediate shop lot?
yeah. Some people try to cultivate mushroom in shop lots. But I would not advise because it's a bit tricky. The parameter that you have to control is a bit tricky. as I mentioned just now, you need to control the temperature, humidity, gas exchange. So in a shop lot, it's a bit tricky because only the front and the back part you can open.
Mm.
So usually they open during the day, but at night they have to close it. So you are stuffing the mushroom bags, and you're building up the gas in the shop lot. So I wouldn't advise.
Okay, so not advisable. I
Mm,
suppose it because it needs to be a bit airy also,
yes, yes.
right? So you can't have like
Yeah,
too stuffy and area.
unless you are willing to spend on the control environment
Uh,
equipment,
yeah,
then you'll be okay. But it is going to be expensive.
very expensive. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, all right.
Uh,
So
there's there's a question from Militan. She asks, people with gout can consume mushrooms?
I already answered just now. You have to
yes,
consult doctor. I mean, I
Oh,
couldn't
okay,
give that
sorry.
advice. Mm,
yeah. So yeah, that was a gray area which
mm.
Mr. Encik Nabil mentioned. All right. So we go on to Yi Ying Chong. Her question is that can you use any type of sawdust or just rubber wood? What what about using coffee grounds?
Yes. Okay. Other woods, let's say hardwood or okay, rubber. Why do we use rubber wood? Because it's a soft wood, so it decompose. Because you could not use a new sawdust. After they fell the tree and then you take the sawdust immediately you grow mushroom. No, because it still has latex. So the thing why we use rubber wood because it's a soft wood, so it decomposes very fast. Within a week or two after you got the sawdust, you can use for cultivation. Hardwood, yes, you can use, but it will take longer time to decompose. Maybe 1 month, 1 month plus. So it depends. Like Sarawak, they don't have rubber wood. They use wood from the forest, from the sawmill. They take it. It's a hardwood. They use it. No problem. But the technique is slightly different. You
Right.
have to you have to store the wood that you get a longer time from the rubber wood.
Okay.
On coffee, yes, mushroom grow on coffee. Some people, what they do is they contacted all in the like the coffee beans. They take the coffee, from the waste from these restaurants. They used to cultivate mushroom. Yes, you can do that. But the thing is, can you, if for commercial production, can you get, can you really gather much of this material?
Okay. Yeah. So it's also subject to the availability of
Yeah.
such materials.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Good. Good. I think there's one last question we'll take from Isaac. And Isaac has this question: can use any type of storage rack, metal, wood?
Can, no problem. Like the photo that I show, previously I used wood, but the thing is, wood will take, it will not last for
Mm,
long, especially you have to wet it. You have to really wet the mushroom bags and floors, everything. So now we are using the metal, the roof truss, the
mm.
blue color roof truss to replace our rack. So basically, yes, we can use.
Any material can
Yeah,
be used.
yeah.
Okay, right. I think that's the last comment. We have one from Keisha, but I think Keisha has already left. Keisha is a very young student. I saw her on the screen just now, and I think she's participated in many of her. But anyway, her question was that how does mushroom grow on things, sleeper pillows? So,
Okay, just to answer that, mushroom can grow on any organic material and wet and or damp.
mm,
Damp organic material, yes, you can. In fact, Mr. Ramesh,
yeah.
mushroom can grow on your lungs.
Oh dear,
Yeah, if let's say you are exposed to
the spores.
mushroom spores,
Ah,
yes. If it happens that your immune system is not good, they
mm.
can grow onto your cell.
Mm.
Yeah.
So like then you are very exposed to it because you do a lot of this cultivation. So you must
They are the type of mushroom, type of spores.
be you will see mushrooms growing out of your mushrooms growing out of your hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you got to. I mean, so that's a good thing. I mean, we never knew that. So it can actually grow in the
Yeah.
lungs. Huh?
I mean, for people who has a respiratory problem like
Uh-huh.
asthma, so they might have problem growing mushroom.
Okay.
Mm.
Wow, that's been very, very informative. Okay, I think keeping to our time, Chinabil, you have done a wonderful presentation and very right on spot. The timing was excellent. So like I said, this is a very introductory kind of a thing with all the limitations that we have. We can't meet face to face, and also sometimes our connectivity is not too good.
Yeah.
Despite all the fact, I think we were able to do a nice session today, and we thank you so much, Nabil.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
moving forward, I see a few possibilities that we really would like to explore with NAS Agro Farm. One is to conduct workshops. It's cross promotion. That means we come to your place. You can do, or you can train interns. Or if you have interns, you can just send them over and they can teach. Why? Because we work with a lot of eco communities, and maybe they'll be very interested. So that's something that we like to explore. And of course, probably that will be the main thing lah. And secondly is the content. So what you have shared with us will be in a video form and it will be uploaded. So we have never had anything on mushroom, and because we promote STEM education, so STEM, so what you have mentioned, everything has got to do with the science, right? So I think for that purpose, again, we're very thankful because now we got another video content on mushroom cultivation and the health benefits of it. All right. So
Okay.
with
Thank you,
that,
Ramesh.
thank you so much, Nabil. We
Thank
look forward to seeing you at our center. And as a token of appreciation, we will love to show you around and see what else we can be doing with you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you
Thank you,
very much.
Chinabel.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So, William, anything else you would like to before we close this session?
What's
Tomorrow,
it?
no, just tell him
Just
tomorrow.
to remind everyone that tomorrow we will be having our session with the bamboo.
And then Daman is.
All right, and just got a message from our one of our sponsors, our diamond sponsor, says that from tomorrow there will be 10 winners daily from our audience. So they're going to give us some prizes
Oh,
tomorrow
wow,
onwards.
that's nice.
So that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
that's
Just
nice.
came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So all the audience who are watching tomorrow, you should come and join us again because now we have got some prizes to be given. So
Yeah, from Diamond Mall.
yes. So Daman is going to give away some maybe vouchers. So that's very nice. And tomorrow's topic is again very very interesting. Bamboo. Bamboo. I think you'll be amazed. By its properties. So please join us back tomorrow. As was mentioned by William, we'll be sharing the information and the registration again, so you can join us. Yeah. Thank you so much for all to all of you, and bye.